What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Spoken Truth Revival. Daniel here, and today we're talking about the decision to change course. That moment when you finally say, I can't keep doing this no more. Because there comes a time in every man's life when you finally realize that something has to change. And no, not next month, not when it's convenient, not when life forces you to, but now. Because you've been walking the same road, hoping it leads somewhere different. But deep down, you already know how this story ends. You've been here before so many times with the same mistakes, the same habits, the same battles replaying like a movie that you're tired of watching. And one day you wake up and it finally hits you. It's not life that's stuck. It's you. That's the moment right there, the decision point when you realize God's not asking you to wait for a sign. He's been waiting for you to change, course, to change direction in life. Every man hits this crossroad. Keep repeating the same patterns or finally pivot. This message, this chapter, it's about the exact moment when you stop running in circles and you decide to turn the wheel. So let's dig into it. You see, the truth is that most of us don't stay stuck because we don't know what to do. We stay stuck because we don't want to let go of what's familiar. That pattern that we keep repeating, it's not comfort, it's control. It's our mind saying that I'd rather deal with what I know than face the unknown that might set me free. But you can't change directions while holding on to what's been keeping you lost. You can't walk into a new season while still protecting the version of yourself that God's trying to pull you out of. Every single one of us faces, every man faces this at some point of their lives. The moment where the pattern feels safer than the pivot. Because the pivot is going to cost you something. It's going to cost pride. It's going to cost comfort. It's going to cost that illusion of control. But here's the thing, guys. We are already paying the price. Every day that we stay stuck, we're buying more time into a life that we don't even want no more. And deep down, we know it. You feel it every time you say, I'm going to change tomorrow, but you don't. Every time you look into the mirror, you see the same battles just staring right back at you. But that's not failure. That's conviction. That's God tugging at your heart saying, I didn't build you for this. I didn't build you to stay here. I didn't build you to be sitting here suffering every single day of your life. And at some point, you got to stop asking for signs and start taking the necessary steps to change the course. Because the road won't change until you do. And the door that you've been praying to open might actually be already unlocked. You just gotta turn the handle. Every man pays a price. Either you paying the price of change or you paying the price of comfort. But make no mistake, staying still is still gonna cost you something. It's gonna cost you peace or it's gonna cost you progress. But it's gonna cost you as well pieces of yourself every time you ignore what you know you need to do. And you think that staying still protects you, but really it's draining you slowly and silently. Because nothing eats a man alive more than knowing that he is capable of so much more, but settling for so much less. That's the kind of weight that doesn't show up on your shoulders. It shows up in your spirit. It's that heavy feeling when you wake up and you already feel behind, when your dreams, start to fade. And not because they're impossible, but because you stop moving toward them. Change has a cost, guys, but so does stagnation. And if you're not careful, that comfort zone becomes the most expensive place you'll ever live. We're gonna lose time, we're gonna lose vision, and we're going to lose the fire. And the hardest part of all of that is, we won't even realize that it's happening because comfort numbs the conviction. That's why some men never find their turning point. They get used to the pain. They start calling, dysfunction normal. They start, mistaking survival for peace. But eventually, that quiet voice inside, the one that you've been trying to silence, it gets louder. And it reminds you that this isn't who you're supposed to be. That's the cost of staying the same. You lose who you are. Jonah knew what God had told him to do. He heard it loud and clear. Go to Nineveh. But instead of going where God sent him, he went where he felt safe. And ain't that sound familiar to any of you guys? Because sometimes obedience feels like a risk and comfort feels like control. So Jonah ran. He boarded a ship in the opposite direction, thinking that he could, outrun conviction. But God loved him too much to let him stay comfortable. That storm that hit Jonah's boat, It wasn't meant to destroy him. It was meant to redirect him to the correct path. Sometimes the chaos in our lives isn't the enemy attacking us. It's God interrupting our detour. He's saying, you're going the wrong way and I need you back on course. And when Jonah finally ended up in that fish, isolated, stripped, of all control, that's when his clarity came. Because in that isolation, the obedience gets real. In the dark, that's when direction gets clear. Jonah didn't need a new word from God. He just needed to obey the one that was already given to him, that he already heard. And that's the lesson for every single one of us. At that turning point, you don't need another sign. You don't need another confirmation. You just need to move. God's not asking you, to figure it all out. He's asking you to trust the shift. And sometimes the very thing that feels like it's breaking you is actually what's steering you back to your destiny. So maybe this is it for you. The moment where you're finally saying, you know what, I'm done running. I'm done repeating the same cycle. I'm done calling comfort peace. You've been asking God for directions, but deep down, you already know what he's been asking you to do. And maybe this message isn't, a coincidence. Maybe this is your sign, because the truth is change doesn't start when everything makes sense. It starts when you make the decision to move anyway. You don't need to see the whole road, man. You just need to turn the wheel. And when you do, you'll realize something powerful. The same God who allowed the detour is the same God who is guiding you back. So stop waiting, for the perfect moment. Stop overthinking the next step. Just move, shift, change course, because peace doesn't come from standing still. It comes from obedience. If this message hit you guys, man, drop a comment below. Let me know what you're walking away from and what directions you're choosing next. And if you're new here, welcome to Spoken Truth Revival, where we turn pain into purpose and help men rise again. Grace and peace.